Welcome to another training video from XMPRO. Today we will be looking at how to manage and use server variables. When you're configuring your use case objects, you may notice that some of them say use connection variables as a checkbox, and if you have this use connection variables checked, it gives you a drop-down to select from a list. If you uncheck this, then you can enter your details here, for instance, my server connection, my username, and my password. But let's say you want to configure many different use case objects with these same parameters or variables. How you would do that is go to the variables button page and then press add to add a new variable. You can name the variable and give it a category and then give it a value. And then if you save this and go back into your use case, and configure your object, then in the drop-downs here, you'll see that there's a new connection there. And when you select this connection, it will use the value that you entered. So you can also have categories. So if I manage the categories and I add one that's called SQL Connections, and then save that, then we can add this to the SQL Connections category, and we can add more than one. So another connection, and there's some other connection here. We'll add it to the SQL Connections. And then you can see that this connection is in the SQL Connections as well. And if you go back to the use case, it will be in the drop-down. You can have multiple categories. So if you don't want to give out your password, then you can add your password, and let's say you don't want anyone to be able to see this password. You can encrypt it. Then your value will be encrypted. So if you want to give this MySQL connection, and then the password MySQL password, and these will be saved throughout the site, so you can reuse these connections or passwords or usernames anywhere you go. This has been how to manage and use server variables.